Hi, and welcome back to my channel. I think I've been neglecting to say that in some of these book review videos because I'm so laser focused on getting them all filmed, edited, and book thumbnails made and scheduled that I think I've left that line out. This video is for A Stranger in Town by Kelly Armstrong. It's for the 6th book in the Rockton series. I have read each book in the series and I absolutely love the series. The town is Rockton in Alaska. Now, this is a hidden town and pretty much a secret town that is kind of like a refuge. Like if you read in the Bible, cities of refuge, where a criminal would go to a city of refuge and they would live in that city for, say, 7 years, and then their crime would be erased. Well, that's kind of what I think about when I think of the city of Rockton. Now, of course, this is a fictional town, but that's just my reference point. Now, here in this town, you have to be approved by the town's council, and you have a time limit. I believe it's 2 years, and you have to appeal for an extension, and it can either be granted or not granted. And so it's kind of a fluid town for that reason, but you do have some long-term residents. One of those residents is Detective Casey Duncan. Another long-term resident is Sheriff Eric Dalton. And there's other long-term residents as well, but those are the two primary protagonists in each book in the series. Now, my cat just loves to come in and walk back and forth underneath my my tripod. Earlier in another video it was Milo, and now this is Toby, and he'll probably jump up on the chair. Okay, so Eric Dalton, as the town sheriff, is responsible for the safety of the town. Casey Duncan was a detective in her previous life, but she ran into some difficulties, so she took refuge in that town. But her expertise as a detective allows her to work with Eric, or with Dalton, I'm not sure how it's referred to in the book, but allows her to work with Eric in the various crimes and murders that happen in and around the town. Now, along the way, maybe by book number 2, Eric and Casey became a couple, and their relationship is going strong. Very, very strong relationship. Now, that's how everything is structured in the book. Now, at this point in the series, or in the town's present history, things are beginning to change. Not only are there less applicants for the town, there are even less what's the word I'm looking for? Appeals for extensions. So they're a little concerned about the town's future for those reasons. Meanwhile, there are other nearby neighbors that can cause upset in the town. And in this book, we meet these people, and they're referred to as the Hostiles. Now, the Hostiles were former Rockton residents who kind of, get this cat out of here, who kind of went off on their own because they became rather extreme, and they included a different lifestyle and other elements, including drugs. And that's just something that Eric Dalton and the town's council didn't stand for. So they were kind of exiled and became their own community called the Hostiles. Then there's another group of people, a group of teens who kind of don't fit into the town. They're not really Rockton townspeople. They're not hostiles, but they're people that Eric and Casey are concerned about, and they go from time to time and they approach these teens and they try to offer assistance in whatever way that they can. So it's during one of these jaunts that they see a woman running from the woods, and she's been severely injured, and they grab her and they try to help her, and it becomes evident that the people behind her injury were from this group of Hostiles. So as they're trying to help this woman, they immediately recognize that there's a language barrier. She speaks Danish and they don't. That's when they really make the connection with the hostiles because of the Danish language. I won't tell you that part of the story because I don't want that to be a spoiler for you. So they start to investigate these hostiles and the injury to this woman and any other things that might be connected to that might jeopardize the safety of the town and the residents that are in the town now. Now, if you have read this series up until now, you'll notice that this is the most complicated book of all the previous books in the series. The other thing I'll say is if you have not read the previous books in the series, you might be completely lost because there are relationships and connections in the series, not just between Eric and Casey, but between Casey and other towns members, and between Eric and about Eric in his past. Those factors are quite important that don't really make A Stranger in Town good as a standalone novel. So if you read this book like one of my friends did, you may not like it as much as I did. I gave it 5 stars. I'm invested in this series. As a matter of fact, I have all of them as print books. I should have just grabbed them up and shown you, but I won't do that. I'd have to get up and take off my mic and step over a cat. So we won't do that. So, you know, I encourage you to, if you like Kelly Armstrong, I've read other books by her, grab a hold of the books in this series. I will list the whole series list in the description below. Not sure if I'm going to link all of them, but at the very least I will link this book, A Stranger in Town. Let me check the release date. Okay, this is already out. So this video, once it gets edited and rendered, will go up today. And that's A Stranger in Town. I think it's an excellent book. And I want to know what the future of Rockton will be after this difficult situation with the hostiles and how it affected what's going on now. So I hope the series continues, and if it does, believe me, when Minotaur, who is the publisher, they send me an influencer program email, which allows me to select this book as a print arc. So believe me, when this book comes up, I will grab it. I mean, the next book in the series comes up, I will grab it because I think it's an excellent series and this was an excellent addition to it. All right, that's it. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.